Welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. And news of the day today, Elliot Friedman's back, so we're starting to get some information about what's going on around the National Hockey League once again. But also today, David Krejci has scored his first goal of the season in the Czech League. The Czech League runs through March 8th, so there's been this whole discussion about whether or not Krejci might sign with Boston once the season gets going. Well, the thing with that is, now that he's played a game in the Czech League, he has to clear waivers before he can join the Bruins. And there are definitely teams that would likely go, you know what, we'll just poach him on waivers because we don't want Boston to get the player. So Krejci, as far as I'm concerned at this point, he's in the Czech League for the year. We'll see if he comes back next year. But it's nice to see him getting a goal early on. The Czech League started on the 8th, so 2 days ago, and it runs through March 8th. It's a nice, tidy season. I've always thought that the NHL season should start more like the last week of September, and then we get the Stanley Cup awarded the first week of June or even the last week of May, but that's just crazy talk. So anyways, yeah, so Czech League's underway and Krejci's there. So the Buffalo Sabres met with the new agent and representatives for Jack Eichel. I don't think this went the way that some fans might want. So if you thought, hey, changing agents means that, maybe he'll stick around. Nope. Apparently, trade talks have resumed. And again, that's according to Elliot Friedman, that trade talks between themselves and other teams are still out there. I honestly think the best outcome would be for them to figure this out before the season starts. They don't want this distraction off the ice once we get the season going. And for Buffalo, if you can get some kind of an immediate return, where you're getting some futures, but you're also getting somebody who can help your team now. Whether maybe it's a third line center from another team who's being asked to do a little bit more in Buffalo than he was with the other team, but just something I would think would be the best outcome here, to have both the future considerations as well as the current considerations. But we'll see what happens. I also want to mention from my Olympic videos yesterday, I like Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. This is not a surprise. I also think that the pressure that athletes experience at the Olympics is huge. And for Team Canada, they are gargantuan. And very often you will see teams take on veteran players. It is very rare that players who, in Caulfield's case, he's still a rookie at the NHL level. And in Suzuki's case, he's still got some learning to do, and he's a center. And Canada's just stacked. So I put as many names on the board as possible yesterday for Canada and for the States, where I was like, all right, that's enough. It was not a slight towards Nick Suzuki. It wasn't a slight towards Cole Caulfield. And the names I had on the board do not have anything to do with the Olympic committees. I called Gary Bettman this morning, and he told me, yeah, that has nothing to do with it. He also asked how I got his phone number, this kind of stuff, and talked about firing his assistant. I don't know. But, yeah, apparently who I put on the board yesterday has no bearing on who actually makes the team. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. It's also why I wore the Montreal hat this morning for the Jersey Countdown. A countdown portion which did not include a Montreal jersey in it. So Pierre Dorion, fresh off of getting his brand new contract, was asked about the Brady Tkachuk situation, and he's confident that the signing will take place before training camp starts. Training camp's only about a week, 2 weeks away at most. Some teams it's a little earlier than others. But yeah, the Senators have to get this all figured out. And I would think over the next week they'll probably have Brady Tkachuk signed, because the unsigned RFAs probably don't show up in camp without a contract. And while there's discussions, I didn't even put it on the board, while there's discussions about Pettersson and Hughes and progress being made, until those signings are official, I'm kind of, we'll see, right? We'll see. Tyler Bozak, who is still out there as a UFA. There's speculation from Friedman as well that he may be headed to the Penguins, that he has a few different options he's looking at. And that would shore up their depth down the middle with Crosby and Malkin out. And then once they're back, Crosby's only expected to miss the first week of the season. But once they're back, Bozak can play almost any role in the bottom six at that stage. And so, yeah, Pittsburgh may very well be looking for help down the middle, and Bozak would definitely do that for them. And for Bozak, it might give him an opportunity to take another run at a Stanley Cup too, because Pittsburgh, until the season starts, Pittsburgh's going to be seen as being in the running. Ilya Mikheyev is trending right now on Twitter, and if you're going on going, I wonder why. Well, here's why. It's being reported that he requested a trade from the Toronto Maple Leafs after the 2021 season was done. And the Leafs have not honored that, and they're planning on keeping him. And that's the thing. When a player says, I'd like to be traded, teams don't have to accommodate it. Case-by-case basis, sometimes you're better off to say, you know what, we'll see what happens next year. So I'm not sure what the request was necessarily for, but the request was made, and yeah, sometimes it works itself out. Players are fine after. So we'll see if that's the case with Mikheyev. Maybe he's looking to play a higher profile role, and Toronto could give that to him this year, right? Tyler Seguin, right here. Seguin was talked to. He says that he feels pretty close to 100%. He feels he'll be 100% by this time next week kind of thing. That he's getting closer and closer, and he feels much better than he did last season when he played. He only played the 3 games, and he had 2 goals in those 3 games. But yeah, you could tell he was not 100%. And during the playoff run in 2020, when they went to the final, he wasn't 100% during that either. So Tyler Seguin hasn't been 100% in a while. It'll be nice to see what he can do for Dallas when he is. So to start the season this year, he should be. Fingers crossed on that one. Channel, at the time I'm recording this, sits 266 subs away from 216,000. So a lot of 6s in there. I don't know, maybe I want to stay in the house today. There's too many 6s in there, or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just a number. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.